Welcome back again. The magic number is 11. Evil Genie says they usually find, magically somehow, 11 rounds every time on their T side when it comes to Dust2. That's the number we're looking for today. As we, hey, look at that. We go in the Dust2. Funny how that works.
We're heading in. Dust2. I was about to make a pun and be like, will they leave them in the dust? Or will they, like,
is it dust or bust?
Is it I genuinely lost my composure. He said that. Oh, that was a good one, Keg.
Oh, thank you. Oh. Why are you telling me that was a good one? That was great from Galy. Oh my god. Good start. Kiki falls immediately. Double doors smoked off. Empathy pushes forwards. I don't think this is something you're expecting if you're on Team Valkyrie. Divided off completely through a smoke. Andre's able to keep their life, but no, it's actually the reverse. The giver, the taker of all lives. It's EGjesscas. Now on site with the bomb going down. A 2v3 for the post plant.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same thing as before, right? EG losing out in the pistol. And I mean, this is something that we've seen within the last... I'm wondering if there's like a repetition with this, because it seems like they're not very good with the pistols. They kind of like lose out on those a lot of the time.
You know what's weird? I feel like if you go back, even outside of like professional Counter-Strike, I feel like a lot of tech FPS games, you'll see that happen. Where it's like these opening like first two rounds are just completely washes. But then when you get to like those real rounds, like, you know, real weapons, it's just a whole different game. There's got to be something about that we plebeian casters just don't know about yet. But it might just be adaptability. That's my reasoning.
Yeah. Adaptability, a good way to go. I mean, still trying to figure out how this team plays. EG together at last, playing hand to hand, and they get the first one off of Kyler, but still also they kind of lose the majority, so still stuck in a bad position. But Empathy, I kind of hold hope here.
I feel like this is a 3v3 though, because I'm wondering what kind of position Blender can find here, unless they go for hauls. But vee-PippySippy, eyes are focused on her right now. She might try to go above. Blender's not going to opt to go for that way. Instead, the entryway towards back over B site.
No, Piggy.
Bad case of the timings there. Pippy's good for one. Bomb getting closer towards the defuse. EGjesscas the only hope now.
Oh, so close. It was unfortunate. You missed the first couple shots. You're not going to be able to even clutch. But EG, I mean, they give that round up. Let's not forget, too, the last matchup that we saw, the last map that we saw, EG also gave up that third round. They completely fumbled the bag.
You're completely right. And what's weird is that this continues to be a consistent factor. Even as far back as the beginning of the season with Dust2, first 3 or so rounds, actually the first 4 in that matchup, went to the favor of Box.
Already a 2v4. Okay, this time EG, I don't think they're letting this one go. They've kind of
aggression's
learned.
the name of the game.
Yeah.
Only 2 left alive now for Valkyries. They do have their own weapons. Blender with the scout, keep in mind, not quite the op. Kiki taking her far end of the edge here. vee-PippySippy trying to back away, creating that space for herself. Might try to give herself an evacuation route back over towards Catwalk, but keep in mind, double doors again, or big doors, there's going to be a little bit of a problem there. Looks like that problem may have gone away, though, back over towards Cat. Pippy finds herself the last alive. A 1v4. Verticality. A giant wall building in the way. Anywhere Pippy goes, there's no chance of getting the proper angle to take down not only just one person, but 4 and a defuse. EG, they found their stride again.
Yeah, EG looking good. 1-2. Good way to continue things here. At least within this half. Garden is just waiting for somebody to try it. And I like I like, even though you're at the last foot of things, like you still have Garden watching just in case something happens. But
you
overall,
never know.
Yeah, this is true.
You know, as we say in esports, expect the unexpected.
Absolutely.
I guess that was a little expected though, right? No, a little bit. Oh, wonder what the next play is going to be here. Because again, Valkyries, they had such an incredible lead on Ancient in the beginning of their first half. In EG, they were able to take it back in spades off of attack timeout. This time, however, already EG find that third round. Smoke goes by, allows the cross to happen. Empathy goes for a rogue shot, doesn't quite find much. But there's a lot of dividing and conquering here from EG. They're looking for those anti-lurks again. They're looking to see what side might be weaker. Valkyries, they have Galley pushed up all the way towards pit.
Oh, nice. Almost got it. No, but Empathy misses it out. Down in mid, they're really trying to push up here. I'm afraid for Pippy because the amount of players. Oh, no. Actually, never mind. They're going up towards A.
Blender drops. 2 left alive for Evil Geniuses again towards Catwalk. Kiki and Garden. Picking up AKs themselves now. Bit of an upgrade there. Definitely use it against Pippy. And that's going to be the crossover towards B side now completely open. It's up to Kyler now to maybe disrupt it off the flank.
Oh, no. And you gotta watch your back. You have to be careful. Garden and Piggy both super, super low. And I mean, with Garden being down, PiggyKiKi having 15 health left, it just leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth. Yeah, the wide swing comes down. They know exactly what they can get Piggy for.
3-1, Valkyries. Taking advantage of this lead. And keep in mind again, that special number 11. Evil Geniuses, when they get that stride going, it's hard for them to stop. But we did talk about how these teams have been able to take advantage of Evil Geniuses in the early rounds of Dust2. Even just like on any map, really, but commonality-wise, on Dust2, it happens so often. So we'll have to wait to see what the adaptation will be again. And heading over towards B, before we saw the opening round happen. Bomb's not going to be dedicated, though. It's actually a bit of a default yet again. Looking, hunting for whatever kind of picks they can find instead. Block off from Molotovs over in Catwalk. Every which way you can look. Towards the tunnels of B as well. It's not going to stop anybody, though. EG continue to press forwards.
Yeah, going up towards mid again. It seemed like they really like picking these fights up here in Dust. I mean, I think I've seen this before in a similar game, but yeah, once again, trying to work their way towards the flash comes down. Mickey being the entry fragger and Blender knowing what's to come next.
It's up to Empathy right now. Op versus op duel. Or I'm sorry, the lack of an op duel. I'm just so used to Blender having the op, I assumed. Blender does have the proper angle, though. The AK might as well be an op if it's a headshot. Smokes you're used to kind of divert and hide Blender. Empathy's not going to be willing to take the shot, though. Forces themselves off. Kyler actually backs up herself, looking for that rotate. But EG, they're waiting for something. Waiting for a certain marker to go for the execute. 40 seconds now. And there we go. The execute underway. It's up to Blender to hold off the entirety of EG.
Valk. Keeping themselves steady. I mean, they're doing such a good job at just eliminating a lot of these players here from EGjesscas. Nice off of Empathy, because Empathy losing that off is going to be the biggest thing right now for Valk to get themselves situated. They take away the lives of majority of EG, and they give themselves such an astounding lead.
And then they all go again. 4-1 against Evil Geniuses. Valkyries finding such great impact, now playing slow. And those solo plays, outside of Kyler again, being on that dedicated lurk, have been non-existent for the CT side. And Valkyries are finding so much impact and playing off of each other, just waiting for EG to go for those executes. But this is where I get nervous, Gompers. This is the tack timeout we were waiting for. This is that moment where EG usually flip that switch. We saw it on Ancient, we'll see it here. Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I did say we were going to see something unexpected. And I said I felt in my stomach. I think we mixed it up with hunger a bit. But at the end of the day, right? Valkyries, like they're giving us such a good show.
I know. I'm always really entertained when we watch Valkyries. I mean, I'm entertained when we watch any of these teams. The Valkyries always have a certain personality to them that I think like you can see it translated through the gameplay. And it's not often you get to see that really in any game, but when it happens, it's always a breath of fresh air for us.
I think it always is going to be a breath of fresh air. Ooh, Empathy seeing and trying to get something straight through. And actually hits Galley.
Oh, 47. A single other shot would take down Galley, but she moves away. Allows plenty of time for Kiki and Milky to push up, though. Looking for that cross contact. Only a single smoke dividing out the line of sight for possibly a bloody gunfight, but no. Instead, it's all the big doors, but Galy gets the revenging shot instead. Oh, wait, that other shot had connected.
Oh,
maybe it did. Okay.
Oh, that was evil. Galy just wanted to be free, but they couldn't run into the wind just yet. Jessica is losing out, and the punishment is big. EG need this round.
Now there's Blender on the up. This duel I've been waiting for so long. Blender wins it out. Oh, you can hear a needle drop right now. And a deagle shot.
Oh, this is so smart. They just sandwich these kids in. EG. Kind of feels like they lost themselves. You said they end up with 11. And, you know, you did also say sometimes they fumble the bag, which I feel like is what's happening right here. But I don't know. I'm just surprised. It's a team that quite literally made this map their home. Can't even enter the front door.
Okay. I'm using this for reference. EG versus Box. Again, beginning of the season. It was on that 8th round where the streak started again. Not to say this is going to be one-to-one a recreation, but it's a good marker to see, like, okay, what's happened in the past? And now EG, they're going for those adaptations again, no longer focusing towards A, or even a little bit of mid, but empathy falls regardless from mid. But outside of B, it's been a little bit of uncharted waters. There were those early takes in the beginning pistol and buy-up rounds, sure, but otherwise, the majority of Valkyries, they're stacked up on A. It's a lot more ground to cover. In EG, they're choosing to back off. Whether that means they go back to A or what, I'm not too sure. If there's anything to give it away, it could be Garden holding down the double doors, waiting for that push-up. But there's actually no lurkers this time from Valkyries. They've been switching it up round after round. Sometimes there's a lurker, sometimes an aggressive presence. But a round like this, everyone holds themselves away. Playing so passively, looking for those next shots. And for a team like EG, who would love to take control of Catwalk, all eyes are focused on that angle. Not towards Pit, except for Blender.
Yeah, the dangerous thing is that, once again, like bringing Blender into the conversation is that they're opping. And this is such a great wide map for angles like these. They can't even peek without having to smoke things down. Galy getting the spray through and so much damage off of 3 of those players. Blender still completely fixated on what's going on beside them. While Blender, I mean, completely turning around to try to fight for their life as Galy fights alongside.
No way. That bomb is going down. Galy and company hiding away. They're completely unknown because of the smoke. They boost up. 100 tries to go for a pre-fire. It doesn't find much, but now they're revealed.
Now what else to reveal here? Jessica's with the clutch. Getting those 2, and Milky cleaning things up with the 1. vee-PippySippy goes down, and a point up for EG. 5-2 still, though. So Valkyries, I mean, they're pretty safe and secure.
The way EG are playing right now is very unlike themselves. In fact, you know what team they're playing like?
What?
They're not playing too different from how Valkyries played their own T side on Ancient just a few minutes ago. They're going for those, they're going for those deep lurks. They're not being too aggressive with it. They have that singular push towards saying, you know what, A side this time around. But then there's those gigantic caravanning rotates from B to A. And they're playing off that late game timing. A slow tactical push. In EG, sure, the tempo is set up a little bit faster this time. A little bit more space now for Valkyries. They switched it up themselves. But EG, they're always looking for a new way to take advantage of just the space, the pressure of the map, and vee-PippySippy's forced to back off too.
EGjesscas. Very scared to peek the store. I mean, I would be too. Look how many players are watching this. vee-PippySippy having to back off. A great flash to end things off, and a Molotov and smoke to back anybody off that wants to fight it.
Scout shot doesn't connect. I'm sorry, the op shot doesn't connect. Milky's holding the back lines. More and more, the 1v1s. There are not 1v1s, they're 1vx's. All of EG pushing like a gigantic army. And what's left of Valkyries now, forced back to A. And look at the economy. Sure, Valkyrie's been able to convert so many of these rounds, but look at that. $0 for Andrea, 50 for Blender, and Galy also with 0. They can't push into B site. Despite having that 3-round lead, they'd be ruining their economy. They'd be removing the op. And now EG recognizes that they're on the hunt. Not only do they want to beat Valkyrie this round, but they want to decimate them at the process, but instead it reverses around. Galy and Andre are good for 1 each.
Yeah, the bomb going down. EG, they're slowly making things come back. I mean, they're making their progress here. And like you said, right, they started kind of faltering over towards the way Valkyrie was playing. Having a bit of fearfulness, honestly. After you lose a couple rounds in a row, you start to play very differently because, you know, you lack the respect in the beginning. So what do you do now? You start to owe them a little bit too much respect as they slowly bring things about. But I feel like they found the perfect amount.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that too. I mean, we don't know what the mental of all the players are like at the moment, but, you know, this is an important series. This is for a qualifier. I mean, this is the bring yourself to that next level of ESL Impact. There's a lot on the line here, and Valkyries have made their way this far, and so has EG. Now that they've turned a whole season's worth of hard work to success.
Oh, so many Molotovs just being thrown down. EGPiggyKiKi can't even get themselves out of this situation alongside Empathy, but the B site completely taken over by Valk. They can't even push for that, but it seems like they're mostly trying to just commit to a heavy, heavy fake if possible, because a lurker down on A.
Just wild swings coming through. Pippy again, looking for the cross. There's no hold on B anymore. Now it has to be nothing but a retake. And even then, Pippy's still good for long range. Takes down Kiki.
Well, Pippy backing off, but you can hear the bomb being planted. Are they going to try to aggress towards to stop this? No, absolutely not. But I like the util that we're using here because, I mean, EG just know how to push these players back.
Blunder's good for 1. You're completely right. This late game util has been really the X factor, I feel, for EG. We've seen a lot of early util on Ancient, not so much for the late game. Complete reversal this time around. Molotov too to help out, divert that space. EGjesscas and company just waiting. Valkyries have backed off. A 1-round differential now between the two teams. This is such a dominant lead for Valkyries yet again. Now the gap is closing on down. EGjesscas. Where was Blunder? Actual comedic timing.
Yeah, what a way to go. EG. Couple rounds in a row. So, yeah, that completely forcing Valkyries into a tactical timeout. Exactly what they needed here to get themselves back up and maybe fix their pacing just a bit. I feel like on the defense, what's lacking now is that EG started to be a little bit more aggressive. I mean, they became less fearful of what's to come and more so, hey, we have the util to pull through. So, I mean, let's just use that for the post play and see what happens then. And they've been playing really good keeping the site. So I think more so just maybe play for a retake. They've been holding on to the site a little bit too heavy there.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it seems like there's a lot more confidence holding A site just because it's a wider range and usually more funnels that EG would have to force themselves into to take the site. So you're looking at Catwalk, you're looking at Pit and Long. Those are easy angles for someone like, say, Blender or anybody to just hold and find early contact. The B site's so small and condensed, and even when we do see retakes, at that point it's already, say, a 2v5. But EG are switching it up. A little bit more of an aggressive hold like you mentioned, Gompers, on B site, but again, aggressive take on A too. Being stopped by a single smoke.
Yeah, they're playing back a lot more.
Yeah, you're right.
Actually, what I like too is that Galy plays up very far. Everybody else plays back. So Galy's sitting down just within, you know, Pit there.
And I'm gonna hold my thoughts. Every instance except for now, Galy's never found contact off of that Pit play. Blender still trying to hold the back lines with that off. Having to divert her own space. Find some impact there. Wait, that was a flashbang kill.
Wait.
What? Okay. What?
This whole round just kind of unraveled in like 50 different ways.
Okay. Sure. I mean, why not, right?
Was it like a bonk on the head? Is that what happened?
I think so. I think the POV we saw was flashed. I want to see. I don't think we have it. Okay. Interesting. I mean, yeah, but you're right, though. Galy has pushed up a lot of those rounds, but usually she backs off towards the mid-round starting. But this time, she held that extra contact longer, and it's good that she did. She found an early contact instead, but Empathy's there. An eco round coming out from Valkyries. A little bit more damage being employed.
Oh!
Valkyries have been pretty good about finding some eco damage. Pippy's good to take down Kiki yet again, but, you know, if Empathy removes that op... Oh, Empathy threw the op away, picked up the AK instead. That's super smart.
Yeah, a really good call. I mean, they fought with their life to be able to hold that position, but at the end of the day, sometimes the weapon you have in hand probably isn't the best and the most suitable for the occasion, but it seems like EG, I mean, they're doing some really good numbers here on the side of Valkyries. Is this the time where they start to kind of gain their momentum? Because it seems like they haven't been able to lose just yet. Some damage down off of Blender. vee-PippySippy peeks around to continue the journey.
And nothing but pistols left. Haven't been able to pick up a weapon whatsoever. All that's left now is Pippy. Good for one. Pippy factor coming by, but not too much. Impressive amount of eco damage, though, applied against evil geniuses.
Look at that.
Yeah, and keep in mind, too, because we had seen that op thrown away, that means there has to be that reinvestment again for Empathy to go for the op. So a little bit more of an expensive round. I think someone actually, yeah, it was Kiki that bought the op for Empathy. So he goes all around. A little bit of damage was applied. But now, evil geniuses, they take the lead back. It was tied up before the eco. This is a force buy from Valks. They have to convert this round to a win.
I think they could. Right here, right? Galy peeks down. The headshots are there, and it looks so beautiful for the time being. But Milky, no 1v3 scenario. Blender having the off makes things so much harder because right around the back comes Blender and taking your life away with the win. 6-6 ending off. We've come to a very close close.
Yeah, this was a great change of pace. And again, it's about that adaptability. If EG is a team that struggles in those first few rounds because they don't know exactly how Valkyries or any other team really is going to be playing, if Valkyries just keep switching up completely how they want to play around, just like that, just pushing up, catching everyone in EG off guard, it's hard to do that round after round, but rounds like that are the most pivotal. 6-6. We're coming close to the end of the first half. Blender, again, looking to play that aggressive angle. Now Empathy's expecting it. Okay, sure, beautiful.
Yeah, not expecting that one though. EGjesscas. I mean, a lot of the players here from EG are out. So, you know, you lose Empathy, you lose Garden, now you lose Milky. You're pretty much at a disadvantage here. You were at a disadvantage the moment the first player went down. Luckily enough, Blender and Andrew are low. So maybe they could find those picks first and try to work their way around the others.
It goes without saying so far, this has been the most difficult Dust2 for EG this entire season.
Yeah.
6-6. We've never seen a half like this from them before. But look at this. Look at the minimap. It's going to be EGjesscas going on a solo journey. Trying to be stealthy. Solid snake her way through. But someone's aware it's Andrea. The bomb goes down, and that's another round for Valkyries. A change of pace again has worked out well, and even EG went for an adaptation. We're able to find the same amount of success. And coming close now to the end of the half once again, Valkyries have a lead over evil geniuses.
7-6. I mean, they've had the lead so far. I genuinely didn't think this was going to be a close game at all. Like,
yeah,
absolutely.
We're good at Casper's curses.
You know what? And maybe that's, you know, maybe that helped out. Because now we get a fun, close game. We get to see Galy coming along near pit and just completely ridding of Empathy. And it feels like Empathy, you know, they had a lot of impact in the last map, but coming into this one, they just have been struggling so much.
I agree. Blender's been doing a really good job really counteracting op v op against Empathy there. And speaking of which, Blender does miss that shot. However, all pistols versus an op though, no problem at all. Valkyries again, a full meltdown. Okay, that wasn't a flashbang kill. But this is an op one. Holy, 8-6. You know what? I'm going to say it. The inner fanboy of me is going to come out right now. I am so proud of what Valkyries are doing. They're winning because of their raw mechanics. They're able to catch out evil geniuses on these different plays, these rotates. There's always so many places you can go on the T side, but we said, did Valkyries do their homework? And my God, have they? This is so impressive for their CT side.
I mean, they had to have done their homework here. You're going into a map that is 100% very suitable for EG. So what do? You know, you study your opponent. You try to get their iterations, their tendencies, and you play with that. It seems like they're playing so well. Look at this read.
No way. Pippy-Sippy, telepathic. Oh, but this isn't going in Valkyrie's favor. Two bodies have gone down to 3v3. The bomb going now down. Galy's the only one with contact. Andre is there to help out too. Empathy falls. It's a sandwich again. And all that's left now is Milky. A 1v3, one of which an op. A single shot could take her down. One by one, they push up and Blender takes the risk. What risk? 9-6.
This is... what is going on right now? Genuinely.
We gotta toss the break. I need to see what happens next. One of the biggest challenges so far for Evil Geniuses in ESL Impact Season 2 arrives here now. 3 rounds of a lead going into the half. Valkyries, now on the T side versus Evil Geniuses on their CT, had been kind of destroyed on their better half, historically speaking, this season. Now, Evil Geniuses, they have to retread ground on their CT side.
They tested their limits with this one, and it just didn't work out in the end. I think the defense is going to serve them better, though. I think CT side is exactly what they need. But the problem is that, Valkyries, I love this. They're waiting so patiently to see if aggression is going to come through, and once they realize that it doesn't, they finally have some information off of EG already starting off in the beginning of this half.
And look at the utility, too. Kyler and Andrea, they have to stay alive the most. They have to be the executing power. For EG, considerably less utility. It's up to EGjesscas, though, to find that opening, maybe even the reversal off the double doors. They wouldn't be too far off. Flashes are starting on both different sides, but immediately a snipe comes through. Garden eliminates Blender, but it's all a big fake. Slow crawl. The minor aggression. No one on EG over-rotates. They're expecting what could be the unexpected, but it reverses around. It could be very expected. Comes down to what the reaction of Milky and Kiki can be. EG are gravitating themselves closer to B side too. They're ready for that retake.
Oh, and they do so very, very diligently. But was that the best choice? Look at EG. They're playing together so well. Iggy peeks through. Unfortunately, they can't hit the shots. But is this going to be the pistol round for them? And it is.
I still got to compliment Valkyries for what we had seen in the beginning. That was a really, really good start. Using just time, that effectiveness, the map pressure, just waiting to see that opening pick. See if anyone gets a little ego, a little overzealous. And the answer was no from either team. I'm wondering, though, can Valkyries recreate that magic again? Maybe this time find some results. Actually, the response at the time is EG playing a little bit more aggressive. All tops go down. Kiki's there for the space creation. Oh. Space creation, indeed. Life denial completely. And EG in the blink of an eye end the round. 8-9. We talked about that 3-round lead, compers, and already it's a 1-round differential.
They've taken that. And I mean, complete stride. Look at that. Not even missing a shot. Milky pulled it together really nicely so that EG could be at that 8-9 like we talked about. But one more round, and this is the important round as well, because let's look at things this way. We see some rifles there. So Valkyries, they've put themselves together. EG, they still have to continue to put the pieces apart.
Yeah, and the response this time from Valkyries, too, is to push a little bit more aggressive. Oh, empathy? One with the environment.
Oh, come on.
I'm trying to think of that one game. Oh, playing prop hunt on Catwalk. Kyler also doing the same. Looks to find some impact outside of double doors. Good for the double contact. Removes the one. No longer double. That means it's a singular contact now. And actually the response, Valkyries is to back off. 3v4, sure. Lesser weapons, though, for the side of EG. Nothing but AKs that Val can work with here. A little 1-2. Strafe shot. Incendiary ready in the hands of Kiki.
Oh my gosh. The wait around is just so scary. They're just waiting for the Molotov to be thrown. And they keep jiggle peeking just so that they can avoid any type of complete pick. But Piggy doesn't want any potential to be completely disowned.
"19 seconds left, by the way. All of Valkyries wait to the very absolute last second for that execute. And Pippi makes the charge. Okay, not too bad. Tyler goes for the strafe, finds the swing, and all that's left is her. Another one, 11-12 for Katie. Might be able to make it 1-1, but no. Just inches off. 9-9. Evil geniuses flipping the script. And with that being said, I mean, what can we possibly expect? Really, the whole ball for this half is in Valkyries' court. Two teams, I would say, that are really, really good at these reactive playstyles. Going up against each other means, depending on what the T side does, no matter which team is on which side, that T side dictates the entirety of the round. And here we go again, Valkyries taking us on a roller coaster ride. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if you are ready.
Oh, no.
Honest, I don't think EG's ready either. It's nothing but pistols.
Oh, no, that hurt my heart a little bit. To see the run and gun come down, and now the lead being won out again by EG. They just, I don't know. We talked about T side and talking about how that was their strongest suit, but I think that honestly they're pulling all the cards off on this one.
Oh, unreal, absolutely unreal here. But that was an eco round from Valkyries too. A little, just overly aggressive, Ryan. You don't see that too often on rifle rounds, but. Again, look at those buys. Valkyries have to make this round count. Now the lead is slipping away from them. MP's going to play in that lower pit area once again. Seemingly unaware about the cross. No idea about Galy whatsoever. This is a spider web. And Empathy could be the fly.
Oh, Empathy. Yeah, a shoe to the face. Can't do nothing about it, but it's okay because Jessica's here for the refrag and the reinforcement, putting the foundation back where it belongs. It seems like a flash coming back. Unfortunately, Jessica doesn't get it alongside where they want it to, but it's okay. Garden's there behind.
And you know what? A minute left in the round. A lot of impact, a lot of shots going through. Just a lot of stress that Valkyries don't want to deal with. Why bother? I don't want to go for A. There's too many contacts there. Let's go over to mid. How about Catwalk? We haven't tried that yet. We only did that on the pistol round with the eco.
Oh.
Got into very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the reads are so nice from Valkyries here. Blender having the op as well, down on T side, which scares me just a bit, because if we can recall, this is where things start to get a little bit shaky. Trying to watch, trying to secure the site with so many angles left to be watched. Garden, knowing what to look for. They know that the op is there, quite possibly. Kiki taking their time. Blender goes down, and it's a 1v2. Galy on the first one, and the second one not there. PiggyKiKi with a wide swing. And closing this off 11-9. It's becoming way too close for comfort.
Not a single round won by Valkyrie so far, and Evil Geniuses, they're one round away from doubling where they were at the end of the half. Their CT side looking more formidable than ever. Unbelievable work with the 1v1s. Now Valkyries go for a tactical timeout. 11-9. It had such a devout lead and it slipped away. Now they're in the reverse position, nearly down by 3. It's only 2 this time. Got to keep an eye on the money too. If this round doesn't work out for Valkyries, they may be down to another eco again. We could be looking at 13-9 if this round doesn't work out. No ops to be seen whatsoever. Empathy, though, on the other side does have that advantage. But no ops. A lot of utility. A lot of potential explosivity. B's not looking like too bad of an option. We haven't seen a B hit in a while from Valkyrie's side. EG are reading into this pretty well. The double contact's already made in both ends of B site. The double mollies too, ensuring that a fast push will at least do some damage and create that space.
Smoke's down. Covering up a lot of grounds here for Valkyries. They can't even get themselves on. You can see them starting to wait, and they look like deer in headlights. Completely lost on. No flank to come. EG are just going to wait patiently. It doesn't matter what noises are being made here. They're going to wait.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. These time shots. Doing a lot. Keep in mind, silenced weapons, no tracers. Can't tell exactly where the shots are coming in from, but it does enough to stall. Actually, the entirety of Valkyries -1. 50 seconds left. The tick-tock now. The execute's been called and Kiki's ready.
Waiting along. Okay, there comes the first one. The entry in Blender. And I actually like the time they took to try to get themselves on, but can they get past EGPiggyKiKi? The first one there. And it's a 2v1. Andrea. We know that Andrea can hit the shots. Can they win this out? Try to isolate these players. Why don't you? But EGjesscas just will not allow it. 12-9. The round won out by EG. And they are not giving up just yet.
I'm looking at the economy right now. What the buys of Valkyries going to look like? It's going to dictate everything. Let me tell you, it's not looking good. Once again, Evil Geniuses, they're stacking up the bank like it's nobody's business. Keep in mind, Empathy's money, though. A lot of economic damage has been hit. EG were to lose around here. It would be a similar situation to Valkyries. Early flashes, though, come by. Galy takes that control.
There. Yeah, Galy looking nice. Especially even blinded taking out Empathy, which is great because they take out a very big portion of those frags from EG. They still have Milky to work with, so maybe Milky can find something surrounding this. Coming around the flank, the first one there. This is perfect.
Oh, you're right. Milky on the flank here. Hasn't been done before. Expect the unexpected.
Nice.
And now look at this. Both members of Valkyrie Gompers completely isolated and no bomb possession.
Oh my gosh. The repositioning from Milky's just absolutely insane. I really like that. Completely circling around to gain different ground so that they can offset these players and make them think that something completely different is happening. So Milky taking advantage of the fact that they can actually maneuver themselves there.
And this round completely began with a bit of a fast push outside into pit. And now look where it's at. The entry maker, actually the last one left alive now. A flank that we very rarely see from Evil Geniuses worked out perfectly. 30 seconds left. No map control gained whatsoever for Valkyries. The bomb only now going back into the possession of Galy. Double holds from both A and B site. There are no options left. You have to save this round. Or not. Galy's gonna go for it.
Ooh. Surprising, though, that they actually went for this decision instead. I'm assuming because of how close things were that Galy just decided it would be the best bet, but maybe not.
And now we have the difficult discussion. Only a few rounds away now for Evil Geniuses, not only to take map number 2, but take the entire series. And this would be the end of Valkyrie's run in ESL Impact. They've made it this far. They've gone through so many different teams, so many different matches, all for this. A 4-round deficit.
Not to mention down here, Empathy. Come on. Just leaving no room for mistake here from Valk. They have to hit it perfect, or else they get taken down with it. The pressure is on. Empathy takes 3 to close things out, quite possibly for EG. And get them another round on the board. That's the 4th, possibly the 5th, but gets closed down completely. And Galy alone again. In a 1v4, it's like, you're just like getting back what you really didn't want to be put in the first place.
Is that individual prowess of Evil Geniuses that has been the scariest thing. EGjesscas, good for another 14-9. Inches away from victory. And the pause comes through. It has to be Valkyries, right? It is. This is the last chance.
So. Yeah. EG have been doing way too good to call a timeout right now. They've pretty much been like, I mean, you saw that. Like, I mean, they took 4.
Oh, just one by one. All these individual strafes. Evil Geniuses, they're loving those corner hides. They go out and they just find 1, 2, make it 3. Sometimes even more, but it's incredibly difficult. 14-9 once again. Tack timeout soon to end. This could very well be the last play that we see from Blender using the op. Depending on how this round goes, the round starts again. The double hop goes across. This round's not really much different in terms of positions for Evil Geniuses. A little bit more aggression, though, outside the catwalk. Looking for the double swing. No one's there from Valkyrie's end. They're all hiding. Letting that util from EG just run its course. You will have that for the late round, right? Hopefully.
Nade's coming through. Pippy looks above. Tries to find a head. Can't find one. So the nade gets thrown to maybe push these players back. Empathy so good with it. They hear the nade completely past their ear, and they know that the weapon isn't out yet, so they peek that. They take the one, and they move themselves backwards. EG are so on it.
It makes me nervous, though. For the lifeblood of Valkyries right now. They're down one body. They have to make their way up catwalk. There's attempted split push, but Empathy's there. But taken down. It's Galy there. At the cost of Kyler. Andrea has 5 HP. Oh, but a jump down seemingly out of nowhere. Galy manages to survive, and again, look at the damage. 395, 100 for Blender. A 2v3 turns into a 2v2. A barely heartbeat now gone from Andrea. The 1v1's now called. Blender has that up. This is possibly the finale. We've been hyping Blender up all season. This is where the op master comes out. An aggressive play. The angle held, and Garden shuts it all down. No possibility of the return.
Come on. Not even a break to give them either. They said, hey, yeah, sorry, T-side wasn't too good, but, you know, CT side's gonna bang. And, I mean, they brought the heat.
Unbelievable. Moments of brilliance indeed. Holy. And this is it. We talked about how usually on the T side, Evil Geniuses get 11 rounds, like no matter what. This was the one time it wasn't the case. But now they've gone flawless on CT. Valkyries have not gone a single round on their attack. They made their way onto the bomb site, sure, but the impact from there wasn't found. Empathy has the same op that Blender possesses, but no, it doesn't matter anymore. Empathy loses it.
Even in the face of a loss, Valkyries still try to push forward. They're at 15-9, and they're still playing like they've just got out of pistol round, and they still have a chance. And honestly, they do. They can continue on, take these picks. I mean, Jesscas low, Empathy down. This is their time to finally take things, maybe double digits.
This is one of the few rounds, too, where EG lost the opening pick. Problem is, though, Jesscas already pushed up towards double doors. Milky's good for the trade. There's the swing.
Not only a pick, but damage as well.
Yeah.
That is immense. Oh my gosh.
The reads. 2 left for Valkyries to bring this home. To stay in ESL Impact. The bomb goes down, but EG, they surround what's left. And it's not by much. Evil Geniuses, Compers, with a flawless CT side. They take it home. They bring it back 2-0.
They took it. I have nothing else to say than, wow, they really dominated.
I feel like we've said this so many different times, but I'm going to say it one more time. I'm super proud of both these teams. Valkyries, again, from Season 1 all the way to now, this match, they have just completely changed the way they've played on an individual and a team-wide level. And Evil Geniuses, they're Evil Geniuses. What else can we say? They